What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. This video is on cryptos, whether we should be buying the dip now or waiting for a further dip on this recession that we're about to see. As always, this is not financial advice, so use it with a bit of discretion and always do your own research. I'm going to share the top 5 cryptos that I'm personally in, and I'm going to keep buying this dip while we're in this bear market during this recession, and I'm going to explain to you why. As Warren Buffett notoriously said multiple times, you got to be fearful when people are greedy, and you got to be greedy when people are fearful. Everyone's fearful right now, so I personally think when there's blood on the streets, that's when we should get in. So let's jump straight into it right now, and let's go from there. Right, so looking at BTC right now on the 2 weekly time frames, you can see up there on the top. Looking back at 2017, 2018, when we had that last bull run, we rallied post-halving. So these red lines, right, are where we've had the halvings in the past. And we obviously saw that massive rip into the upside where it created its first all-time high over there at 19,600, which is really, really good to see. Obviously, mass adoption, people buying on the highs, and you actually heard of stories, right, real stories of people remortgaging their houses at the high. Honestly, that's greed. And that's when you got to be fearful. Now, obviously from that high, we had a 84% drop to the low that it created over there. And these blue lines, right, are middle of the halving. So I've just halved that. So 2 years post-halving, where we usually see that all-time high. And then I personally try to take profit before that, right? So 3 months before that, I usually try and take a bit of profit and take some money off the table. And there again, just keep doing that as you go along. Now, looking at where we are right now, we had that second bull run again, April 2020, post-pandemic. So we had that pandemic crash in March, and then April, everything just ripped, right? Everything had that V-shaped recovery. Central banks started easing, printing money, and all that money obviously pumped the markets and propped the markets up, equities included. And we had that bull run post-halving. Perfect timing, right? And yeah, perfect little rally on BTC. BTC ended up making a high at 69, right? 69. And there again, my little blue line, right, which is middle of the halving, we've had that bear market. When is the next halving, you may ask? Early 2024. So does that give us now a year and a half to load up before the next halving? Yes, it does. Does that give us enough time to buy these dips, dollar cost average our way into these dips over the next 12 to 18 months during this recession when people are fearful? Yes, it does. Let people sell, right? It's easy liquidity for us to get back into. So BTC, the first one. And if you're not sure what these two little things are that I have here, these are just tools to show how much this asset is down by. So from the high, Bitcoin is down 73%. Should a person, myself, or anyone watching this right now, start dollar cost averaging our way in right now from where it is, you're looking at a 276% gain, right? 2.7x gain on your money should you buy that dip now, right? So I'm personally a long believer in BTC. I do believe in its ability to be a digital gold. I do believe in its ability to be an asset, a risk asset within this space. I do think it does trade very correlated and very in tandem with risk assets. Do I think it's a safe haven? No, not yet, right? Not yet. Possibly in a few years to come, once the supply is a lot less, once they have halved or post several halvings, that could be something that could deem for it to be a safe haven, but not right now for myself. So Bitcoin is obviously the first one. I highly recommend, whether you have 10% or 25% of Bitcoin in your portfolio. There again, it is a leading indicator, in my personal opinion, for altcoins. So whether you have altcoins in your portfolio and you have a bit of Bitcoin, you can always swap and change and take advantage of these moves. So Bitcoin, that's the first one. ETH, Ethereum, I've had Ethereum since 2017. I have been buying these dips, getting in and out, and it has provided several opportunities for us to do so. Very similar to Bitcoin, as I have drawn these two little charts on, or these two little measuring tools. ETH is down 81% from the highs. That's mad. That is no way, shape, or form a safe haven. That is a capitulation and a half, and 81% from the high is fucking scary. Now, I actually remember speaking to a few friends when ETH was at 4,000 and I said, sell your ETH, right? Don't ever get greedy. The minute you get greedy and complacent, that is where you lose money. Your whole goal should be to enter the markets, take what it's given you, get out, and literally just rinse and repeat. That's your job. There is no room for greed. Now, looking at ETH, I personally bought the dip a couple weeks ago, June, July. Once we did see that sub 1,000, I was like, fuck it. You know what? This is a really, really good price for this right now. And there again, should price revisit its all-time high and go ahead and make a new high, you're looking at about a 400% gain on ETH. And there again, I'm not saying you're going to buy this now and next week you're going to be rich. Like, probably the complete opposite. You need to treat this as your 401k. You need to treat this as money that you're willing to lose, right? Money that you're happy to invest. There is no guarantee in life. Guarantees are death and taxes, and that's something that no one can get around. But looking at ETH, should price, just to put this into perspective and to assist, like this helps me with my patience. Should I start dollar cost averaging my way in, I know the money I'm putting in has the possibility of giving me a 400% return over the next 2 to 3 years should price revisit the all-time high, and should we have that bear market, which is more than likely. However, back to Bitcoin, if I know that, and this is a fun fact, you heard it here first, if we have that halving early 2024, we could expect the peak of the bull run to be September 2025. You heard it here first. My birthday's in September, so hopefully we'll get a nice little gift, a nice little reward and a trophy out of that one. But we've got to keep buying the dip for now and managing our risk. And there again, buy with what you can afford to lose, right? And invest what you're willing to lose as well. Don't go ahead and risk your rent money. It's not worth the risk. I have people that message me sometimes and say, hey, listen, I put my last £1,000 into this coin. Do you think it's going to rally? Or, hey, I just put my last £1,000 into a trading account. I need to pay my rent. What trade should I take so I can make some money? That is the complete opposite mindset of what you should have. The more you try, the harder you try in this industry, the worse off it's going to be for you. You should have a calm sense of neutrality, a state of being, right? Where you enter the markets with patience, and whatever the outcome is, you are prepared for that, but you are happy with what you've exposed yourself to. So don't overexpose yourself. It's not worth the risk. Right, third one, XRP. As I have mentioned before, I'm quite the XRP advocate. I have been involved in XRP since 2017, and no, I didn't cash out on the 2017 high at $3. I fucking wish I did. But we are where we are. We have been riding price in and out for several years now, and I do think price is presenting itself, and I do like how price action is playing out for another great buy-in opportunity. But the reason I've drawn this orange zone, very similar to, or I've actually cloned it, very similar to the one that we have over here on the left, is that should we start dollar cost averaging our way in now and Bitcoin peaks in 2025, XRP's peak is more than likely going to be then too. So throughout this whole orange zone for the next 2 years, we have time to load up on some bags, right? We have time. Whether you're working a normal job, whether you're doing whatever you have to do, there is no fucking excuse. You have to do it. And I'm personally doing this, and as I have with the other charts, XRP is down 88% from the high. And I just look at it this way. Risk reward wise, right? If I had to draw a risk reward tool on, if price had to go to zero, because anything's possible in this world, right? Look at Luna. If price had to go to zero, and I can just draw a general risk reward tool on, right? Same thing. But I just want to use this in terms of what I had there. General risk reward tool, that's an 8-to-1 risk reward. It's worth the risk, in my opinion, right? I'm not telling you to go and bet the farm and bet the house and sell your house to buy this. However, if you were to dollar cost average your way in and price does present itself with these opportunities over the next few months at these levels of support, we have to take advantage of that. Do I think risk assets are going to get hit over the next 12 months? Yes. Are all 19,000 cryptocurrency projects going to survive? Probably not, right? So you want to identify 4 or 5 projects, and I'm going to show you another 2 that I'm looking out for that provide great upside potential with very little downside risk. So that's something to look out for. CRO, I have been in this for several years. I had CRO at around 4 cents, which was my initial buy-in on CRO. And there again, I've been capitalizing on these waves ever since. Looking at price right now, down 91% from the highs, which is fucking soul destroying if you didn't take any money out. However, you got to see this as an opportunity. A lot of people are fumbling on bags right now because they're selling at these prices. We want to use that liquidity to buy these fucking dips. So, should price obviously revisit its all-time high and go any higher, it's a bonus. However, that's 1,100% gain should price revisit its all-time high of just over $1. When there again, some exchanges hit 96 cents. But I'm happy with wherever it is right now. And there again, we can do the same thing as we did with XRP. Build a little area to trade from, right? If this recession lasts 12 to 18 months before central banks start easing again, before they start printing, which is going to give liquidity to global risk assets. And there again, I personally think that will line in tandem with Bitcoin's halving in 2024. So end of 2023, get ready. So you have about a year and a half, 18 months. No fucking excuse, right? No excuse. My last one that I'm going to share, Avax, Avalanche. Here again, I love the price action. I love the project. I love what they're going to be doing in this space. So I think in terms of risk reward wise, it's down 90%, or the low that it created in June. It's down 90% from its all-time high. Should price revisit the high, you're looking at a 900% gain. Right, everyone, those are the top 5 cryptos that I'm personally buying the dip on this bear market ahead of this recession. Should price dip any lower, I personally think that is the opportunity for us to capitalize on further gains. So as I mentioned, it's not financial advice. Do your own research. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Drop a comment if you enjoyed this. Drop a comment if you want me to look into some of the projects that you invested in. And we can go from there. But stay tuned for the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.